another episode of the Tu Novio podcast. I'm here super cozy with my guest, which I will be introducing. Obviously, you see her if you're on the live stream on YouTube or on here. But it's summer, it's Pride Month, Juneteenth is coming up, and Shaavani, how are you?
I'm doing good.
We might be a little sweaty, we're just making content, all the above. But I wanted to, one, bring on Shaavani because, one, it's Pride Month, it's Juneteenth, and you have a new song, which I want to talk about a little bit because if you can see the outfit, you gotta show the people.
The bikini bottom outfit.
Right! So what does Bikini Bottom and SpongeBob have to do with this song that you're putting out?
It's very SpongeBob reference through and through. So every time you listen to the song, you could like hear a new SpongeBob line every time. And it's a full EP out now too. So it's like
out now.
Every EP, every song in the EP is all SpongeBob references. All like just vibey songs that you can dance to, like different, you know.
We were doing the little dance a couple minutes
ago.
It
was fun. It was fun.
I know I met you. I believe my first time was at a Moonflower Vibes event. And today she's celebrating 1 year of putting the whole production together. But when I met you, you were wearing a red outfit, a red latex outfit, you had a full wig on. So kind of let me know, like, how did you evolve into Shaavani? Is that your artist name? Is that your government name?
It's
like,
both.
I always ask because you never know. Like, you never know. So like, how did you become Shaavani out here in LA?
I feel like everything takes time, especially like when you move. I'm from Buffalo, New York. Yeah, shout out East Coast. But like I feel like everything takes time. Like I moved out here on a modeling contract, and music has always been my passion. I went to school for music and entertainment and stuff like that, music, dance, theater. And when I got out here, I kind of just didn't want to model anymore because like it's nice, but you know, like my passion is performing for people. So last year I made the decision of like, okay, I'm about to turn down all these modeling gigs and focus on my music.
It was a year ago?
That I made the decision to actually take myself seriously. Was last year. But the confidence and stuff grew over time, you know.
Well, it's crazy that you talk about confidence because I feel like if I saw you walking down the street and I have seen you walking down the street, I'll be like, this person has a lot of confidence. You know what I mean? Like not everyone can like wear this getup or just have confidence to like wear outfits out in LA. You know, it's a little scary outside. But like, how do you get this confidence to just be yourself?
Cause I believe that like really we all like die alone at the end of the day. Like you know, like even if you're a twin, one of y'all come out before one of y'all, you know.
Yeah, you still gonna die.
You still die by yourself. But like, and at the end of the day, it's like whatever you believe in, like if you believe that we come back to life and like stuff like that. Like I believe that like if we do have any recollection of like I said that word completely wrong, but if you like do remember anything from like the life that you lived on Earth, like do you want to say like, oh I wish I did more, or like do you want to just be happy? And then also too with confidence, like I believe like you should strictly date yourself, like you know like take time every 3 months to date yourself because we change as people, like our interests change, and I feel like if you know who you are as a person, like what you like, what you dislike, and all that, it like makes it easier to like you know walk out in the streets and like, okay, this is my virtual reality. And then also three, another standpoint is like, at the end of the day, like nothing is really too triggering, you know? It's like, if somebody pisses you off for a moment, like, it's only for that moment. Just don't let it ruin your day. So like, you know, just have fun and live life.
I think it's so true. And honestly, like a lot of the people I'm surrounded with, you know, yourself, Moon, like everyone, like y'all are just living your life. And I think it's crazy when people get mad for people that are just being themselves. Like you're literally, so if y'all are tuning in, Shaavani is a content creator, music, dancer, like multi-hyphenate baddie. And you live your life on social media as well. But has there ever been an instance where like, you know, you're out creating content, doing stuff, and maybe you've gotten like some backlash or people acting up? Like, how do you deal with that?
So I have this one video that went viral, my Grinch video. Where I'm like painted in green, I'm like dressed like the Grinch. That was like the first time I actually like experienced like major backlash.
On all platforms, like Instagram,
all Oh, she meant like in person.
Oh, no. Because people be hating online and in person.
Yeah. So like in person, I was at the Grove and I was waiting for like this person to come help me like record and stuff because I'm like looking for a new assistant. And I was waiting for them to help me record. So I'm painted green and I'm walking to like our meetup area, and like people are stopping to take photos, but then like 5 to 7 security guards came like rushing me. I'm like off on the corner, and they're like rushing me. They're like, you need to leave, and like this, that, and the third. Like walk across the street, go to CVS. Like we don't want that here, whatever. And they're like just like going in, and I'm like, dude, like I know my rights as a cosplayer, and I know my rights as like, you know, so like I wasn't charging people, I wasn't doing none of that, and I was off on the side, so I wasn't really causing too much of a commotion, but they were upset. So like it kind of ruined the mood for a moment. But that's when I found out the Grove was like 2 separate entities. Like there's like the Grove and then there's the farmers market, but they're all considered the Grove. And the security guards from the farmers market, they were like, I don't know why they were so mad, like, but you could come over here and like.
They're like, you can come over
here. Yeah, make the content because most likely you're gonna bring more people over here.
Right.
So there's that, and then like sometimes like even online people do bash. Like people always question like, oh, like did you get work done, or like are they real or whatever. So like especially because I do a lot of bouncing content. So
definitely go on Shaavani's Instagram. You will definitely see the bouncing content there.
So I do a lot of jumping content, but like I also feel like I'm thankful for my family. I came from a family that likes to roast each other, so it's like I feel like you kind of have to have thick skin. Because like, but also too like I feel like I have a pretty good following now, where it's like people who are hateful, they're not following me, so it's like,
so it's like
so it's like they just saw the reel pop up on their feed and they're just like, oh, let me type something. I don't let it get to me, you know.
I know you mentioned cosplaying. You know, there's some people that might know what it is, might not know what it is. So what is cosplay, and then what type of like cosplayer do you define yourself as?
So cosplay is really, I guess like the basics of it is like you basically dress up like your favorite character, whether it's from Marvel. It's mostly geared towards cartoons and anime, but people dress as superheroes, people dress as TV shows and stuff like that. So like, and then cosplay to me, like I like to like make cosplay into how I like to dress, like my day-to-day fashion. So like my Miss Grinch was like, it was inspired by this designer that draws art that I really like a lot. His name's Hayden Williams. Shout out to him.
I hope he's watching. He, they, she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it was very inspired from that because he draws like cartoon characters in high fashion, and I love high fashion. So I was like, oh, a high fashion Mrs. Grinch. So like that's kind of what I like to do. I like to like make a character like a baddie or high fashion. You know.
I mean, baddie SpongeBob.
Baddie SpongeBob. No, I see myself yellow again.
Walk me through like the process of you getting done up. Like how do you come up with ideas? Like where do you go to get your outfits? Like how much money do you invest into your art form?
It varies, but now I also do commission cosplays now. That's like a new thing I started doing.
What's that?
So commission cosplay is like I have some followers that's like, oh, I want to see you just like a minion, or I want to see you just like a Smurf, or I want to see you do that. And I'm like,
oh, but you said for some money.
Yeah, so like I would look up how much it would cost for me to do all that. Like, okay, I have to paint my body blue. I'm gonna probably have to get a new wig, like for the Smurf. I'm gonna have to get some prosthetics made to like make my Smurf nose, and like I was like, do they want backgrounds and stuff like that? So then I like tally all that up, and like let's say like for that, let's say it comes up to like $200 or something. I'll charge them like, okay, like if y'all want me to commission this, I'll charge $350 because like the time and effort and stuff like that. So I've been doing that. I have this one commission cosplay that's coming up pretty soon.
Are you allowed to say what it is? Or?
They wanted me to do a baddie minion, so.
Wow.
So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be doing that pretty soon.
Send me the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, then we do a baddie minion and make videos saying banana. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, that's like a new avenue I'm like diving in, is commissioned cosplays. But yeah, cosplays they can vary. Like my Mrs. Grinch one, I think the most expensive thing was the wig. That wig was $700.
Oh man.
So that was the most expensive thing. But
you were gonna wear it again sometime, or like it was a one-time thing.
I would like it. I would have liked for it to be a multiple time. Thing, but the wig kind of fell apart. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. So but that's neither here nor there.
So, are you like a one-woman show? Like, do you have a team? Like, even when you put your cosplay stuff together, is it just you?
It's
like,
just me. I'll be in the mirror, like, going like that. And it's like just trying my
so
hardest
you
to
paint your whole self?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just by myself. And sometimes I illusion it with tights. So, like, I try to get tights as close to the green or, like, the blue that I have. And, like, I put those on to kind of, like, make it look like it's still fully painted. And even if they don't match, I just find a paint in the tights. But, yeah, as one woman, I'm looking for a new assistant right now. Or, like, I'm trying to get a team together now. I at least want a team of, like, 5 people that's, like, either down or, like, you know, help out with content or, like, you know, helping me, like, when I'm out performing, like, just, you know, just making sure everything is, like, looking good still, you know.
Oh, definitely. That's one thing I've learned too. Is like you gotta like collab with people. You gotta like trust people too. Like that they have the vision that you want.
Yeah.
Because not everyone works in the same like spectrum as you.
Yeah.
Which is okay. So you're not working with me, but hey, you can work with somebody
else.
else.
And that's always like the hard part for me because like I know when it comes to content and like stuff like that. Like sometimes like my content, like I can make some simple content, but like sometimes like my more elaborate content, like the Grinch one or like my Marge Simpsons and stuff like that. I just be wanting people to have like the vision for me, and like the vision for me is like I like that femininity, that cuntiness and stuff like that. So it's like if you can't like if you don't have that vision, like the video comes out flat and stuff like that, and it's just like so
Okay, let's talk about content because I know you said you're from Buffalo, New York. You came out here. So were you always like having a presence on social media, or was it until you got to LA you like made your Instagram and all of your videos?
I have a presence on social media back home. When I lived back home, granted I have more followers now, but like back home I had 15K followers, and to be honest, like thinking back on the content I was making, I don't even remember the content. I was making tour content. I was trying to remember the content I was making. Before I started titty bouncing, I was teaching tour classes for little booties, and
little booties matter, y'all.
Yeah,
it can still move.
Little booties matter. So like it was tour content, and then like I don't know, just like random content here and there. It's like a lot more random than what my page is now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like my page has more of like a direction now. But I have 15K, and when I moved to LA, I kind of just wanted to start over. So I deleted Instagram, I deleted like Snapchat, Facebook, and everything. It's just like fresh new start, new people. Let's see how this goes. And so my Instagram now is only 3 to 4 years old, and we've just been growing.
And the numbers are going up.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. So I'm excited for what the future has.
I know a lot of people when they come to LA, you know, they usually come by themselves. It's very rare that they come with like a friend or they come with their family, you know. So when you came out here, how's living in LA been? Like the real rough, unfiltered. Like how's it been? How have you found friends, community, you know, all of that?
I found friends and community because I typically travel alone. So like I'll go out to parties by myself. I'll go out to like different events by myself and stuff like that. Cause like, and I do that too. Cause like I said, going back to like dating yourself, is that I believe that like sometimes like you have a best friend or you have like a partner that you're with, and sometimes like if you're with them too often, like y'all kind of become infused. And there's nothing wrong with that, but like sometimes it's like
codependent.
Yeah, and then sometimes like when y'all are separated, it's like okay, like I don't know what to do. Like you know, it kind of becomes hard. So like for that being said, like I used to always be with my best friend a lot, and then she went to the army. And that's when and that's when I really realized dating myself. So like when I came to LA, I was like, okay, I don't really mind going anywhere by myself because like you never know who you might meet and stuff like that. And especially too, because like sometimes when you bring people, like going back to the vibes and stuff, like you might be cool with the person like down, but sometimes like it's harder to meet new people. Sometimes like when like either your friend doesn't want to meet new people, or like I just want to be out in the corner and stuff like that. Where I feel like by yourself you're kind of like not forced to mingle, but like. I feel like, for me personally, I feel like I mingle more when I'm by myself. To, like,
you don't have to like be like, hey, how are you feeling?
Like, are you fine? You want to leave? You want to go? You fine?
So since you put yourself out there, I think if you're a creator, you kind of have to, whether it's on social media, making a video, or going in person to network. What type of like people have you connected with that also get your vibe and they understand who Shaavani is? Like you don't have to be like, this is who I am, this is what I do. Like they just like wholeheartedly love you for who you are.
Yeah. At some point, I feel like so I have an apartment warming and like or like even like for the titty video and stuff like that. Like I feel like the people that like show up is like my crowd, and I think right now it's like a pretty big crowd. I would say it's like 40 people. I say that are like definitely down for the causes.
Yeah.
But like Moonflower, like she's definitely one. Indigo, like shout out to these people. But like but yeah, like it's just. You just I don't know. It's like I feel like if you go to like an event, you're most likely going to at least find one person
right
that's gonna like fit that vibe, and then you just go to different things. I believe like you should go to different events to find different people. So like I have like my skate friends, and then I have like my
you skateboard?
No, yeah, skateboard, and I have my
like skates.
Yeah,
oh,
I do both.
Okay.
And so I have my skate friends. I have like my arts friends, and then I have like my club friends, and then like my vegan friends or my vegetarian friends, and then like when you find like these different peoples in like these different pockets, you kind of like make it like an inner community. Like even with my housewarming party, like I just want people to like meet everybody because I'm like we all have similar vibes to me. So I'm like I feel like all have similar vibes to each other, and like it becomes like a community.
It's so real. I feel like you have to build community, whether it's like a core group of people or if you're a social butterfly, more people, but like. It just depends because, like, you can't just do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You really can't. Not anymore.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about music.
Yeah.
Because I know you came out here, you started doing content.
Yeah.
And then when did the music start? Like, how were you like, you know what, let me hop on the booth. Let me hop on the mic.
So, like I said, I went to school for music. So, music, I went to performing arts school. I went to school from 5th grade to 12th grade, graduated from there and everything. So, like, I did have music out, but like I said, I wasn't really pushing it because I was strictly focused on modeling, and then I went viral for jumping, and then
jumping is the
I went viral for jumping, and then that was like the year that I decided like, hey, like I kind of just like I still do model, but like I was like I kind of don't want to like just strictly be a model,
Right.
So that's when I like took all my music down because like I was like it wasn't getting any engagement anyway because I wasn't doing like people didn't know me.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, so like my mindset was like, okay, let me just keep making content. People like this content that I'm making, and then I'll slowly start like introducing my music. So then like I said, I went for jumping. So like the first song that I wound up like pushing heavy was the Titty song.
Yeah, it's even now.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
I was in the video.
It was the Titty song. So like that was like the first song that I did, and like well, the push heavy, like that's not the first song I made, but like the first song I think the push heavy because it was on brand, like people followed me from jumping, and then so that way it was a new shot, and then also like Bikini Bottom's out now, that's my new project, but like Bikini Bottom kind of happened by accident, but I'm not mad at it because like all my followers, if they like are consistently on my page, they know I love SpongeBob, like I'm always posting SpongeBob stuff, like on my stories and stuff like that, but like I heard the beat for the lead single for Bikini Bottom, and I was watching SpongeBob, and the first thing that came to my mind was I Be Drippin'.
What?
Bikini Bottom. So like that was the first thing that came to my mind, and then from there it was just like my mind just kept spewing. So it's like I just wanted to introduce people back into my music, and then now it's just like okay, now that y'all know that I make music from the Titty song, now it's like let's keep going.
Oh my gosh. So when it comes to music, like what kind of vibes do you provide? Is it all club vibes?
Yeah.
Or like do you also want to put like some sad R&B songs or like some sexy, get to the sheets?
So like okay, so if you have Apple Music for whatever reason, Apple, like I said earlier, I removed all my music. But for some reason, Apple left one of my albums up, and I keep emailing them to like remove it.
Well, should I go stream, or you don't want people to stream?
No, they can stream it.
Okay.
But that like talking about that is that whole album is a very different vibe than what I'm pushing out now. Like the Titty song is clubby, Bikini Bottom, the whole EP is clubby, dancey. But the album that's on Apple is called Ecstasy Reloaded. It's an EP, and I was like, that was kind of supposed to be. I'll go back into that later. But Ecstasy Reloaded, and like that project is all neo soul and like lo-fi type vibe. So it's like it's very singy, very singy songs, and that's like really.
Let me put that on while I edit the video. That's
and that's really like where my heart is. I do like because I do like writing because I write all my own music, and so I do like writing, and I feel like sometimes like with songs like that, where like compared to like Bikini Bottom, like don't get me wrong, I love Bikini Bottom, but like songs like Ecstasy, they become like a little bit more personal, where it's telling a story or stuff like that. So like I write all kinds of music, but right now I'm in the era of like, okay, let's make like the anthems and stuff like that, and get people moving, you know? Because we outside again. Like I feel like this is the first year since the pandemic that like everybody's like fully outside. People were outside last year, but I feel like this year is like
It's
everybody's
official.
like, yeah, like we're outside, so let's get moving.
I know you mentioned, the pandemonium and all that stuff. How did it affect you as a creative, your mental health? Were you actually having a good time? Were you having a bad time during the pandemonium? Like, what's it for you?
It's actually like a mix of highs and lows. So like, I was hotel hopping, but I was still working kind of like for modeling because like print was still like a thing, like print modeling, like magazines and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I was still working, but I guess it was like a mix. I wasn't depressed or sad or anything, thankfully, but I mean I feel like it took a toll on everybody. So it's like, for better or for worse, there are some things that I wish that like I could go back and change that I did because like at the time, my friend, they kept telling me to get on content creating, and I wasn't really a content creator then, like how I am
Not
now.
during the pandemic.
Yeah, no, I wasn't creating any content, and they were like telling me like, oh, get on content creating, and I'm like, oh, maybe if I like go back in time, but everything happens for a reason. But like sometimes I'll be like, oh, maybe if I went back in time and actually took that advice, but my mind wasn't there.
No, you have to be locked
in
to make the videos, to edit. Like, it's not that simple.
My mind was not there for that.
So I know you mentioned you were hotel hopping. Now you have an apartment.
Yeah, my first LA apartment.
How do you feel? How do you feel having your own space when it comes to like your well-being? Just as a content creator, like having your own apartment is lit.
Yeah, it's good. Sometimes I question it sometimes because like I do like to live a gypsy life sometimes, but it is better to be settled, especially like being a content creator, especially because I'm a full-time content creator too. So it's like it's better to be settled. And then like my cat had kittens and stuff
You have
like
a kitty?
that. Yeah,
oh my God.
So she had 7 kittens and stuff like that. Yeah.
Did you know she was pregnant?
No, I didn't.
You're like, man.
Yeah. So like a funny story about that was like, because I had roommates at the last place I was at, and roommates just wasn't for me. Roommates are for some people, but they're not for me.
Yeah.
But I had roommates and they left the door open one time and she got out. This was like a week before we were moving out. And she was only out for like an hour, but I guess that's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it takes. And so I didn't think nothing of it because I just thought, because she came back in like nothing happened and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, like she wasn't acting different. Because they say for cats it's painful to like,
I don't know.
So that's what I hear. So like I was like, okay, she looks fine, like all that. So like she stayed with my friend for a little bit while I was getting settled in my apartment. We moved into my apartment. Well, I moved in March 5th. She came back to my apartment March 15th.
Yeah.
So that's technically like almost, because the time that she got out was like February 20th. So I was like, that's almost like a month that went by. So then I went to Vegas for a cosplay convention.
Oh yeah, I saw
and and then when I came back from Vegas in April, I came back like April 11th or so. She was just big all of a sudden.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, well, maybe my sister, my niece were feeding her. So I was just like, oh, that's all I thought. So then I had my apartment warming like a week after, and all my friends were like, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? And I was like, can y'all stop fashioning my cat? Like, my cat is not pregnant. Like, she just got big. Like, she's just been eating good or whatever. And then like 3 days later after my apartment warming party, like April 20th, she had kittens. And I was like, oh, so you were pregnant this whole time.
So like, what happened?
Yeah. So now they're April 22nd she had them. So now they're a month now, about to be 2 months.
Well, congrats. Your own apartment. Now you have
kittens.
Your grandma.
Anybody want kittens? They live in LA. Let me know. Got 7.
Okay, so we're about to enter summer, and I feel like that's when a lot of people get a lot of like energy to, the winter was the winter, like now spring. Goals that you have for yourself for summer as an artist.
I really just want to take over the summer, like, especially with like Bikini Bottom and stuff. Like, my original plan for like my music was to have Bikini Bottom. Cause I kind of like all my friends kept gassing Bikini Bottom. Like they're like, oh, like the lead single. They were like, oh, Bikini Bottom is a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a song for summer. And I was just like, I be gaslighting myself. I was just like, oh, like nobody knows me. Like not like that for it to be the song of the summer. But then like, so like my plan was to like release Bikini Bottom and then like, cause I have my Galactic album that kind of wanted those to go like hand in hand, kind of like parallel to each other. So I wanted to like balance both of them, but then like I performed at Pride.
It was just yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, and then I performed at WeHo Pride.
Nice.
LA Pride's next weekend. I performed at WeHo Pride with Moonflower and K Melodies Saturday and Sunday. And like I said, that's when a lot of people were like, the crowd was like.
So the crowd was feeling it.
Yeah, the crowd was feeling it. I'd be like, I'd be jumping. What?
It's
like,
so catchy.
Yeah. So like the crowd was feeling it, and people started following me on Spotify and everything like that. So then I was like, it opened my mind to be like, okay, well, my friends believe in me so hard. Like I just have to believe in me too. And I was like, I honestly can't see this being like a grower for the summer. Like, it's like nobody knows me, but like sometimes people are looking for like new artists to like listen to something fresh. So I was just like, if I just stay on it and just keep promoting the song is catchy, it's dancey.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love SpongeBob? So
right.
So it's like all that in tune. I feel like the cards are in alignment for like it's just all on me pushing it,
Yeah, I always ask this too because like you're an independent artist. Like how do you balance everything? Because you're creating content, you're editing, you're coming up with the fits, coming up with the direction of the videos and stuff. Like how do you keep yourself balanced and on track?
It's a little hard sometimes, but sometimes too. Like for me, I think it's like I'm a Gemini Leo Sag.
We're in Gemini season.
Yeah.
Wait, is your birthday coming up?
Yeah, next Saturday.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Well, the 8th, yeah.
Are you doing anything?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. But I don't know. I guess for balancing for me, I was a kid that like in school that like I would know about a project that's due, like say like the project's due next month.
Yeah.
And like I'll have an idea of what I want to do, but I won't work on it until like the day before. But the project be like you wouldn't be able to tell that I did it the day before because like in my imagination. So like I guess like when it comes to like staying on track, my life is kind of like that where it's like all the content I make. Granted, I do have content days where I just like have days where I just strictly make content. So that way, like if I'm not feeling up to it, I have content to post. But like a lot of the content that I do make or the content that I do post or like even a song, no, not the songs, but like a lot of the content that I do push is like. I have a general idea, like I know how my imagination wants it to look, and then like I'll work on it like last minute. But because my imagination is so like on how I want it to look, I won't let it be like less than anything I envision.
So you always put 110% all the time.
Yeah.
Good, especially if it's for yourself.
Yeah,
you should.
Like, your own brand, you gotta promote yourself at the end of the day. So.
What tips would you give maybe for people that are exploring themselves or like they're kind of like I want to put music out there but I'm scared? Like what tips would you have given yourself back in the day?
I say honestly just start off with your friend group or start off at home. So it's like, and with that being said, like what I mean by start off at home is like if you don't have like a big friend group or something, like just have people in your hometown or like wherever you're from or wherever you consider home, like to because like it doesn't have to be your hometown, but like wherever you consider home. Like have them start listening to it to like kind of give like hype you up or give you feedback and then like go from there. Like for me like when I started I kind of was always performing for my dogs and my cats.
You're like they're vibing to it.
Yeah, like if they're staying they're doing good. So I'm doing good. So like I started off with that and like because when I moved to LA I didn't really have like I have friends but I didn't really have like a community yet.
Yeah.
So then like I was just kind of performing for like just like the small like people that I met that like were vibes and like they were liking it, and then what kind of really gave me more confidence, like I said, start off at home, I started with friend groups. Like I went to this thing and like my friend he invited like a lot of other friends, so like I knew him, but I didn't know all the other friends.
So
and
people
like,
that had never heard about
that never heard me or anything, so or never did that. So like I say like be risky, like just have like take the aux cord and like just see what people say.
Yeah. Like
don't tell them who it is. Like just see what people say. So like so like I had the aux cord and like I put on my music and people were like, who is this? Like this song is nice. Like this, that, and third. I was like, oh, this is new artist that like that I like. And they're like play that back, and like they were liking it, not knowing that it was me. And then I'm like, hey, this is actually my song. And they're like, what? Like so like it's like sometimes do that because like you'll get honest feedback when people don't know it's you. Because like sometimes like when people do know it's you, if your song is trash,
yeah,
they'll still be like, oh, it's
right,
trash.
yeah.
And like, and with that being, I mean, or they'll be like, oh no, it's still good, it's still good. But like with that being said, like you also have to have thick skin if you're gonna do that. So like if you're gonna like blindly go in and like just have like people blindly listen to your music, be prepared for the criticism of it. But I feel like that criticism is worth it, like in the long run, to help you if you want to be a music artist, to like help you evolve and grow and figure out what you need to work on, you know, compared to like just having yes people around like, oh, I like it, but they only like it because they like you. So
that is so true. I feel like even in the friend groups, like someone can be like, you know what, I didn't like it, but here's a way for you to improve. Like, are you really good with feedback? Like when your friend group tells you like, hey Shaavani, like I know you said you like that, but I actually like the other song better. Like, how do you deal with feedback?
So like feedback, actually, I deal with it good. Like I'm still probably gonna do what I want at the end of the day, but like, but there has been times that like I do take like I definitely do take feedback to consideration sometimes because like especially too, but also with that being said, like you also don't want to be a crowd pleaser sometimes because like everybody's gonna have critiques at the end of the day. Like even with this bikini bottom song, I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there to be like, oh, I wish she did this instead of doing that, or I wish that this line was like that. So like with that being said, like you take this feedback and like whether or not you want to apply it, you should apply it. So like I like for me, like for when I take feedback from people, if it's like one person, it depends on how much I care about that person. In order for me to like either A, that feedback, or two, if it's multiple people with the same feedback. And like I said, that goes back to like that's why I say I recommend, like I said, having people listen to it without them knowing it's you, because then like they're going to give you honest feedback compared to like, you know. And then sometimes like I don't do it, but like sometimes people get personal when it's like a friend giving them bad feedback. They're like, oh, I like this song, this, that, and third, and then like how you said, like, oh, I like this song more, but this song isn't for me. That's how music is. Like it's like not every song is gonna be for everybody, you know.
That is so true. So I do have to ask you this because it's the Tu Novio podcast, so we do talk about some sexy and filtered topics.
Yeah.
How do you date being a creative? And how do you date being someone that like you're very like forward with yourself online? I know when it comes to like dating, some people are like, well, I'm not on social media, but I date people that are on social media. How do you balance that? Like, do you date other content creators, or do you rather date people that are doing totally different things from you?
Well, I'm pansexual. Shout out to Brad.
What is pansexual? So you can explain it to people.
So pansexual, some people when they don't want to explain it, they just say, oh, I'm bi.
Okay.
But I don't mind explaining it because like I don't consider myself bi because it's very rare that I'm like dating like same sex or whatever. But pansexual is like based off of like our connection, like whether you stimulate me emotionally, mentally, and stuff like that. So it doesn't matter if you like are male, female, trans, whatever. As long as we have like a vibe and a connection, like we can make it work. So that's basically what it is. Like I'm not looking for the attractiveness of you. I'm looking for like, do you attract my mind? Do you attract my emotions and stuff like that?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's what pan is. But so yeah, like dating. Cause I'm very open-minded, so I don't mind if you're not in the same realm as me or like in the same world or mindset as me. What I do care for in a relationship is that like you just gotta be confident in yourself because like with me, like I travel a lot for work and stuff like that, and like you said, I am forward online, like Mom was saying, you're gonna see like a whole bunch of people in the comments and stuff like that, and sometimes I banter back for the engagement and stuff like that. But with that being said, like I feel like you just have to be confident in us and in the relationship because like if I'm dating you, if we're not poly, it's very rare. I never really did a poly relationship, but like I like monogamy, and it's like if we're monogamous and stuff like that, I'm not gonna step outside of us because like I cherish that. So like it's like if I'm dating you, I just want you to be confident in that and like know that like okay, you're my man, you're my girl, like we're this, that, and the third, like we're doing this. But but sometimes like you said, it's hard. Especially too, like I go out clubbing and stuff like that sometimes, and like you know, like I go to WeHo a lot, and stuff like that, and like people will come up for photos or pictures and stuff like that, or like even like to like just like vibe and dance, and it's like if you're not comfortable with that, like I understand, but it's probably not gonna work for us in the long run. It's probably not gonna work for us in the long run because like I need somebody that's like confident and fun and open minded, you know.
do you like someone that approaches you first to like get to know you, or do you usually do the approaching first? Like if you're interested.
I like both. It depends. Yeah. It really depends. So like if I approach first, I don't know.
Have you ever had a moment where you're like, oh my god, this person took my breath away? Like I'm kind of nervous and shy.
Yeah, I have before. And I get like tongue tied. I only have it like twice before. But yeah, so like I like both. I like to approach sometimes and like cause I find some people do like a confident person that approaches, and then sometimes I like to be approached sometimes. So it's like it varies. It depends on the vibe and the setting, and how it's done. Like is it done in a good way where it's like okay, like here's my number, or is it done in a way where it's like okay, here's my Instagram.
Right. Follow me.
We might link up and like see where this goes, or yeah.
I know you mentioned you do go out a lot. So are you gonna be pushing out your singles at maybe some of the clubs that you go to?
That's my plan. So like my plan right now is to do pop-ups really, cause like hosting events takes a lot sometimes. Like I just did Bikini Bottom at Moonflower Monday, and they're always fun to do, but like it's a lot. Like you have to like promote the event, and then you have to like I like to have people perform to like give them a showcase like the center, cause like you never know who's gonna pop up.
Right.
So like I like to like find other artists and stuff like that. So like, but there's a lot that goes into it, cause then you gotta finding people, you gotta make sure all the dates is like lined up, and then people back out, and then like it's like do you want to sponsor like someone to help invest in this? So that's a lot. Where like now like I kind of like just want to do pop-ups and
you're like the event's already planned. I'm just going in.
Yeah, and like just going in to perform, or like even just random like pop-up where it's like I go to a storefront, like I'm like, hey, like can I perform at your store, or hey, can I perform in this parking lot that you're having this event at, or like just random pop-ups and like just doing little performance, and then going about my day, getting like people to know me a little bit more. But me and Moonflower, we plan on being in talks of like even maybe having a showcase once a month.
Oh, I would be there.
So if we do that, then like that'll be easier compared to like I think when you met me, I was in my succubus era.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like in my succubus era, I was like I think I had parties like twice or 3 times a month to kind of promote that EP, and I never released it.
No.
To promote that EP.
Is it on Spotify and Apple?
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause like a lot of stuff happened with that. It's still gonna come out eventually, but it's just all about like how timing works out.
Yeah.
But I feel like that era also helped people be ready for Bikini Bottom in a way, kind of, because they saw me perform. But yeah, there's like just a lot that goes into that. So it's just like I'd rather not stress too much about that, especially too because like my next chapter that I want to do, especially like being a full-time content creator, is like I want to like get back to YouTube and like make YouTube videos. I want to start Twitch streaming. I want to start doing that. So there's like if I have all these different things I'm doing and there's only one me, it's like I don't want to be like okay, I got a Twitch streamer, I got a TikTok streamer, I got to do this, but I also got to plan this party now. I also got to do this. I also got to do that.
It's a lot. I trust in the timing in the process.
Yeah. So like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But I know I have to like do other stuff first.
Yes. Well, that brings me to the last question. In the next like 2 years, because I say 2 because I know people always say 10, but the way stuff is moving on social media is so fast. So in the next 2 years, what do you envision yourself for Shaavani, for your artistry?
The next 2 years, I want to have like a really big concert. I'm not sure if I'll be arena level or like stadium level.
It will be.
But in 2 years, but I want to have like a concert where at least like let's say like 1,500 people show up, and it's just
That's
like
a large number.
they're like there to be like Bikini Bottom or whatever, like I'm performing, like just vibing and stuff like that. So like I really wanna do that. Like music and entertainment in general is my passion. Like I like to make people feel happy. So like I'm like if I could just have a moment where just like everybody's just all together, everyone's just happy.
Yeah.
It'll be a vibe.
Oh yeah.
It'll be a vibe.
I see it. I love it. Definitely let the people know where they can find you, how they can connect with you.
Well, my name is Shaavani. My name is pretty much the same on all platforms. That's SHAAV as in Victor, ANI, and then on Instagram you just add extra I behind that I just did. So
okay.
you know.
And all the information information for Shaavani will be in the description of the video. That way you can click on it and do what you want to do. Definitely support Bikini Bottom, support the Titty Bounce song. It's such a vibe, literally. Let me add that too in the bottom of the description. It's definitely so much fun that you're here. So excited you were able to come through. But yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you everybody for tuning in. And that was the end of the episode. Bye.
That was so much fun.